Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a great week here. Obviously, it's been a little bit of a rougher week, but it looks like we might be coming around and having some good old fun again in Isaac now that the hopefully bad runs are behind us, at least for this week anyway. So here's your Mosh Pet of the day. I don't actually remember if I've looked at this one before. It looked familiar, but in case it's a repeat, I apologize. But hey, shout out to Oliver and his daily Victa. This one was sent in by Whelp2237. The thread also said longtime watcher / lurker, first time poster. He loves his Invicta. I'm pretty sure that I showed that one. So in case if I did, I also have a backup image. This is from Next Sound 7445, and the title of the thread was Invicta has himself a new furry viewer. So hopefully that one there. So and they also said, my fiance and I got a new cat, Mercury, yesterday. She seems to really enjoy sitting at the end of the nightstand and watching some Invicta YouTube videos. Every time I move her, she just goes right back and watches, like father, like daughter. So thank you both very much for those Mosh Pets of the day. It was a dual Mosh Pet of the day. It wasn't a Mosh Pet duel. It was just a dual Mosh Pet. You know what I mean. C-Day is going to be 7-8. Mike Foxtrot, Alpha 4, X-Ray Romeo. We've got, we got terrible movement speed, bad shot speed, good damage, and thank God we got the D1 Hizzle. And we have Libra. Okay. So it's interesting that we re-rolled into Libra because what in the world? Okay. It's interesting that we rolled into Libra and didn't get any of the keys or bombs or money that's associated whenever you pick up Libra. So apparently that doesn't grant you all the consumables that you normally get. But this does allow us an opportunity to get maybe some good extra money here, and we are able to get a lot. Of course, the D100 is going to be every single dice that exists in the game, including but not limited to the D12, the D6, the D4, the D8, and the D20 as well. It also does the D7, which is going to basically restart the room that you're in. So you want to be using it in a room that has no enemies. Now I will go back and get that soul heart. Right now we gotta do a little bit of maneuvering, some maneuvers, and it is a very difficult word to spell. Me and TB used to talk about Jesse all the time and how he purposely chose an obnoxious username on Twitch that also has maneuver in it. This is years ago, so I'm sure he's changed it by now. Actually, I know he has because I've got him on my friends list. And me and TB used to always hate having to send him whispers on Steam. This is back before friends list was like, streamlined. And yeah, it was an absolute pain. It was a chore. TB would be like, Jesse, I can't believe that you would do such a stupid thing. I don't do a good TB impersonation, but you know what I mean. Invicta, you idiot. And really, I think TB only maybe called me an idiot once. And it was mainly directed at Jesse and Crendor, which is fine because those two are idiots. Me, I played dumb most of the time, but whenever it came to gaming, in a group setting, I was always the type A gamer where it's just like, hey, the game tells us to go here and do this. That's what we're doing. Jesse and Crendor, especially Jesse, don't let him fool you. He's not a type A gamer. He's like, whoa, guys, what's over here? Oh, there's something shiny. He gets distracted very easily. God bless him. And Crendor just kind of is like, Crendor is just like, swag. And he does that the whole thing and just does whatever he wants. So usually it's away from the group, and usually it has nothing to do with anything because that's Coach Crendor for you. I should mention really quickly while I'm on the topic of Jesse, more Jesse, less Crendor, but I will be on the Geek Enders podcast on the 21st of this month. So mark your calendars, everybody. I'll be reconnecting and reuniting with Jesse and Dodger on their podcast that they host. It's I wouldn't say it's a spiritual successor to the co-optional, but yeah, it's good. It'd be good to talk to Brooke and Jesse again because it's been a long time since I've spoken to Dodger. I think the last time I spoke to her was I mean not messaging. I mean spoken to her. I think maybe was we did a stream. I think it was Sea of Thieves with her and Octopimp, and we were all playing together, and that was a lot of fun. But that was many years. It was like in like 2019. It was a long time ago. So it's been a while. It's gonna be good to reconnect with old friends. We go on to last week's question of the episode from the new whatever, however many news there were. Strongest run of the year so far, and of course that was a public acknowledgement that I really enjoy watching That's Good Sports, hosted by Brandon Perna, who I don't know personally, but I've watched his videos for about 2 years now, I would say, as a football fan. And, you know, he's a very entertaining guy and very knowledgeable when it comes to football. I am going to re-roll this run. I just want to see what's inside of our item room first. But when Alex got when I gave him the screenshot of Perna, I basically said, hey, just do this, but as Eden, but make sure you copy the beard color and the hair color. Because, like, I don't think people are going to... I think the majority of people are not going to understand this reference. And I said it has to look... The people who will, though, the people who do get the reference are going... Like, they're going to recognize it immediately. And of course, I wanted to pay homage to Brandon Perna because he's, you know, he's done a fantastic job growing his channel. I was watching him when he was around 100,000 subs. So however long ago that was. And then, of course, he blew up. Deservedly so, because he puts a lot of... I mean, he puts a lot of time into developing his channel. And he went from like 130 to like 600,000 subs in the matter of one football season. It was this past season that he really blew up because of his Russell Wilson videos and, you know, his hatred of the Chiefs, and he was making, you know, just really on point, very algorithm friendly content. And you know, good for him. I'm excited when someone that I follow gets genuine success on YouTube, especially if they've started a lot later than I did, and they, you know, it shows that YouTube is alive and well. You know, if you make good content, you put the hard work into it, just like I did back in the day, and I still do as well. Like, it shows that you can make it. Like, it is legitimately still a platform you can absolutely turn into a career if you have the mindset to do it. If you have the determination and the talent to do so as well. That's a big thing, is like, you got to have talent to do this. It's not just exactly just, you know, microphone gameplay. Hey, give me, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's a lot more than that. You got to actually be entertaining and stuff. But anyway, and it was very funny. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out who told Perna about the thumbnail, because I did think that was quite funny. That he ended up leaving a comment. I was with my girlfriend, and I saw the comment pop up. I'm like, did someone tell Perna? Pretty sure. I mean, someone had to have. It must have either been in a Patreon call or on his Discord or something. But anyway, so it was very cool of him leaving a comment. But we go on to the actual question now. Sorry about the tangent. Sent in by, I'm going to say, Crazy Kabe, maybe? CZY Kabe. They say, question of the day, who do you think has the strongest birthright item, and whose do you think is the most useless? For me, some of the strongest birthrights would be the Forgotten, Tainted Isaac, and Tainted Keeper. So for the strongest one, the absolute strongest of the strong, I unironically feel that one of the strongest is Tainted Canes. Now, before you start saying I'm a hypocrite, oh, you can't have, you hate that character, blah, 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 blah. I do hate the character, but Tainted Cane's birthright just makes him better, right? And that's exactly what birthright's supposed to do. You know, there are, I think that Tainted Cane it may not be the strongest, but he's definitely up there for, like, the most useful. Wow, we got a lot of damage, by the way. Like, a whole lot of damage. Thank God we got a movement speed upgrade as well. We go into a devil deal, and we're going to take 2 of these. I'm not going to take the nail because it would, A, kill us, and B, we're just looking to get some reroll fodder here for the D100. Another good candidate for the strongest would definitely be Tainted Keeper. I think probably most people will agree with that. If you don't know what Tainted Keeper's birthright does, essentially it will give you a like a vacuum where all you have to do is just stand in the general vicinity of any coins that Tainted Keeper creates, and it will just basically just slurp them right up for you, which is very convenient. And also, of course, it cuts down on the amount of waste and movement that you have to do in order to grab them before, like, you inadvertently put yourself in a bad position, and then, you know, it's all kinds of bad. If I have to give three, a third most competent birthright would be, I want to say Tainted Maggie, and I know that it's not going to be like, Tainted Maggie's okay, but I think that the third most useful birthright out of them all is probably going to be Tainted Edens, for the reason of it allows you to at least save the character's items that you get. So you're going to be re-rolling, and then if somehow you're able to like trigger re-rolls on Tainted Eden without it actually like screwing you over, there's a very good possibility that you're going to end up just winning the run off of that, right? You can just reserve those items. Tainted Isaac, you know, in terms of the weaker ones, I think Tainted Isaac, it's okay. I don't think it's anything special, to be honest. Same thing goes for Tainted. I think one of the most useless ones is definitely Tainted Samson, because it doesn't do anything that he already doesn't do. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of Tainted Samson's passive. I like Tainted Samson. It falls off real hard. So I would say that he is one of the more useless ones. Tainted Lost, I mean, Tainted Lost is, his birthright is like, it's marginally useful. I mean, it can be a lifesaver, of course, but there's other times where it's just like, I don't know if this is even worth it. Get restock here, which the reason why I'm trying to load up on shop items is mainly because I want to get mapping of some kind, mapping or Black Candle or something like that we can benefit from. So I am going to re-roll this again. The key. Oh, we got false pH Dizzle. Yeah, not feeling this one. We have marked. Yeah, this one's also not going to work here, especially with this god-awful movement speed. We did get some HP, but we might be able to parlay this HP that we just got into a good devil deal, but I doubt it. I doubt we're going to get one here, but you never know. We shall see. We still have our golden bomb, so we might as well make use of it. Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. And if you have your own question of the episodes, remember, everyone, submit them in the comment section, and I will read the most upvoted question of the episode from the Mosh Pit, as long as it's something to do with Isaac and something that I haven't already answered before. We'll take Squeezy here because at least we can get 2 Soul Hearts. We did get a double deal, which is surprising. And I will take both Sister Maggie and Backstabber, but we're going to re-roll through them because I do not want marked. It was funny to see people's reaction to the Perna thumbnail, though. I thought it was very amusing that people were like, I was not expecting Perna. What is Perna doing showing up here and stuff? Hey, we got mapping. And you know, you'd be surprised how much your boy be lurking sometimes. You know, I do watch YouTube on the regular. I like to there's specific YouTubers that I will watch and that I can tolerate sometimes. Some of the times it gets a little the YouTubers I mainly watch on the regular are, I still watch Danny and Aaron. I love the Game Grumps. That's still like another kind of like dream collab if I'm ever able to do anything with more so Dan, less so Aaron. It's not that I don't like Aaron. It's just that like me and Dan, I feel like he and I would we would get along a lot. And it would just be cool, man. It would just be really cool to do something with Danny. And Aaron too. I mean, it'd be both of them. So I watch the Game Grumps still quite a bit. I still watch Markiplier every now and then. Whenever he plays a game that's like interesting to me, I'll watch him. Sometimes he plays games I'm just like, eh. I do still enjoy watching Laserbeam. Yeah, Brimstone. Really, really. Oh, that's because we have C-section. Brimstone. Okay, that makes sense. Damage though is just doo-doo. But we do have Mom's Knife, Brimstone, C-section, which is a fantastic. This is a fantastic combo here. Check to see what's inside this vault. We also have deep pockets. That's Strange Attract. Oh no, that was from Little Delirium. Probably won't stick with this run. Although C-section Brimstone Mom's Knife is very strong. We just have no stats at all. We have movement speed, but like a ton of useless range. So, take Squeezy. A reverse tower card, which probably just end up using somewhere over. Yeah. So I watch Laserbeam every now and then. I still think that his videos are quite entertaining. And then I like to watch my slot streamers, Chipmunks. He's a friend of mine, and that's about it. Every now and then I'll watch FG 3000, who is primarily a mobile gacha game YouTuber. He's been doing it for a very long time. He's very good at it as well. So those are really my main YouTubers. I know that people would want me to say Ryan, but I honestly don't watch Ryan a whole lot anymore. And yeah, I mean, it's just like most of the stuff that he posts is from his stream. So I'm like, yeah, I already saw some of this. And even then, like, I don't really watch his streams all that often anymore. Pentagram, which is going to give us damage and a nice boost of damage as well. At the mom transformation, we're going to be doing this again. It is funny that the C-section baby was just sitting there. We got Lord of the Pit now and Lump of Coal. Notice how the D7 reset that. And this run is still okay. It's weird that it still shows Little Delirium even though we don't have him anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, it definitely shows him still with us, so I don't know. It's good to have flying, but again, our stats are just not really where I want them to be. Movement speed is on point. Of course, it's actually a little bit too much movement speed now, which is the duality of having stat rerolls. We do have a Thame, which is good. Duality, speaking of which, Duality is a item that's going to give us a combined Angel Deal or Devil Deal chance, regardless of the precedent that we've set. There's no more Angel Deal, Devil Deal precedent. It's just one chance now. We get the choice, which is cool. Sometimes. Although I will say that Duality is a little bit of a polarizing item because most of the time I skip Duality, and it's not because of any sort of like underlying big, oh, there's got to be a big reason why Sinvicta doesn't take this. Like, everyone always assumes that whenever I don't take something, I either A, don't like it, or B, there's some kind of underlying strategy. There's not. Sometimes I just don't take it because, like, for Duality in particular, I know that I'm still going to go for the Devil Deal anyway, right? The only time I'm not going to do that is if I have the Glowing Hourglass, and I can simply back out of the Devil Deal or back out of the Angel Deal if it's something that I just don't want, and then go from there and just pivot. Oh my God, Gertie. You okay? So obviously the operative question whenever we get the D100 and we're on a reroll fest is when do we stop? We really stop when we get either a really, really good synergy or we get really good stats. Almost walked into that because I was expecting that bonfly to die a lot sooner, I'm not gonna lie. Been so hot outside lately. Like, I think the heat index is like 107 today. It's just ridiculous, man. Like, it's hopelessly ridiculous of how hot it is right now. Like, we're just getting into June. Like, we're not even close to August yet. August is, generally speaking, the worst of the worst when it comes to temperatures down here. We did get the holy... Oh, no, that's not holy mantle. It's a blanket. But we still have goat head. Damage is just insane right now. I'm not sure where that came from. Some Victor robes. I have the occult. And I guess our base stats just got roped up into just a lot of damage. We're going to take more damage here with the stapler. And I wish that we had a full charge right now. Well, actually, no, there's a full charge in the shop, isn't there? We have the goat head right now, so we're able to simply just walk out and go get another one. Yeah, there's one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... No, I'm not. I don't want to spend two hearts. No, thank you. Saw that shot. Oh, Lord. Well, we have 2 or 3 of Guppy, but... Eesh. Well, the hope here is that we just keep getting more Guppy items, right? But we definitely don't want Lacryphagy, and we definitely don't want Too Spooky just because of the hearts. But let's go head on down and see if we can get to the boss rush. Okay, so butt bombs are in the queue right now. It also kind of looks like we're Esau Jr. just because we're red and we've got flying, but I know we're not. Missed my movement speed though. 0.64 is just abysmal. But that is the risk that you run whenever you play with a D100, and yep, it's going to seal the fate of our boss rush having. Yeah, it's been so hot down here, man. Like, I don't even think about going outside during the day. Although during the evenings, I have been sitting on the back porch and just kind of like just feeling the breeze, which is actually surprisingly refreshing. Like, even though it's like still 80 outside, 85 outside, feeling the breeze is just like, and I mean like a strong breeze, not like just a little gentle breeze. I'm saying strong, like to move your hair strong. That's really refreshing. And then something else that I've been doing lately, I don't know, it's honestly probably because of the subathon. I was on camera making breakfast pretty much every morning, and I don't usually make my own breakfast. I usually just skip it, or like I'll order Denny's every now and then. But because I was on the subathon, I couldn't go anywhere, and ordering Denny's is like every single day is pretty expensive. Oh my gosh. What happened to our shot speed, dude? Wow, this is, even though we have Mark, this is strong. So, what I've been doing, and there's a reason why I'm roping this into the heat discussion, I promise. What I've been doing lately is I've been making breakfast. I've been cooking eggs like I used to. I've been cooking my own dinner, which is what you should be doing if you have the capability to, of course. Making dinner for yourself is just, it's very satisfying. And I am pretty good at cooking, I will admit. It's one of the few things that, like, I'm like, yeah, you know, I may not be able to cook a lot of things, but the things I can cook are real good. Real good. I've gotten more than a few dates just from being able to cook. Let me tell you something. And so that's been kind of leading me to just, if it says, hey, you doing, sissy? Little sissy. And blood puppy, yay. I've been eating a lot better than I have been recently. And the heat part of the conversation comes in because I have lately been doing this, like, oh no. I've been doing this thing where, like, if I get really, like, if I just want something sweet but sour, instead of reaching for like Sour Patch Kids, which is my usual go-to, I'll go instead for just like I like buying these just red delicious apples. Wow, we got teleported in there. And they're fantastic. Like, they're so refreshing. They're so good. And I'm like, man, like, I'm making like healthier food choices deliberately, and I'm loving it for the first time in a long time. Like, I've been eating a lot more protein. I've been eating a lot more fruit, and just eating real food, like just real food. I'm not talking like fast food or like order like takeout stuff. And then like, I feel better whenever I eat good food. And I had to pick up some dinner for my girlfriend and bring it. I didn't have to. She asked me, and of course I said yes to pick her up some food. Because she was at work and I was going to drop it off to her. So she wanted a from a local chicken place down here. She wanted some tenders and like some fries and a drink and that sort of thing. And every time she asked me to go to this place, I'm like, man, it smells good. Like, it smells like really, really good. And I was like, you know what? I haven't eaten anything today. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. And I did. And I'm discovering that, like, I don't think I can eat fried food anymore. I really don't. I think that, like, it's not even giving me, like, digestive problems. I just don't like it. Like, it just tastes bad to me. This was a discussion that we had a couple weeks ago where I said, I don't remember where I went, but, like, it just tasted off. Like, the grease was dirty. I get that from every single fried place that I go to now. Like, I used to love KFC, and I'm just like, man, I feel sick afterwards almost. Like, it's gross. Thank you, IBS. Thank you for showing me, and everybody, how, what? Oh, yeah. Well, we've got Tech X Polyphemus, but good lord, this... And Brimstone, of course, but man, this movement speed, what happened? Yeah, this is bad. It's not even like it's causing digestive issues, it just tastes nasty. Like, I don't feel good after I've eaten it, type thing. We have number 2 apparently as well. I don't think we stay with this base purely on the movement speed alone. Oh, we still have IBS. Yeah. We got Lost Soul, buddy, and Guillotine. And I find that when you start eating right, and this is something that, like, I've known for a while because I used to be in great shape. The healthier you start to eat, the more that you want to eat healthy, and like it persists. Like, you make like smarter and smarter and smarter food choices. You know, now, like, I don't really reach for candy or like sweets or anything like that. Most of my usual vices, I'm opting for, like, I'm eating way more like yogurt and peanuts, and I kind of forgot how much I love these foods. How much I kind of missed eating these foods. Even just snacking and that sort of thing. Like, I don't eat like a I don't eat like a saint or anything. I mean, I still eat junk food, and I still drink soda and energy drinks every now and then. But for the most part, like, I've been slowly kind of just upping my health conscious choices for food. And it's been feeling good. It's just kind of strange how once you start doing something, it's just like working out. Once you start doing something, you feel more compelled to continue to do it because you know that you're making wiser decisions. Oh no, lost soul buddy. Oh no. This is not smart, but I'm hoping that we roll into 9 lives. Well, empty vessel's gonna help. That is not gonna help, but we can at least do that. We still have the D1 Hizzle. Get a black market, which there's no point to even going down there. We can't see anything. Oh wow, it didn't put us back in the devil deal. That's kind of BM game. I mean, I wanted to re-roll that, but you know, screw us, I guess. Got conjoined. Heartbreak. We still have Montezuma's Revenge. I'm holding Chaos card for Lamb, but we need to be exceedingly careful in here. Now we have Heartbreak, which means that we're not going to die immediately, but we got to be super careful. Our damage is high enough to where, like, we can get by for a little while, but we still have to be extremely cautious with this. Especially with the great swing of movement speed here. Trying to utilize Montezuma's there. Because we have Proptosis, so our damage is going to be a lot more front loaded with Montezuma's. We do not want to take any secret room items if we can help it. Main reason being is because you don't want to roll into TM Trainer, etc., etc. Trying to just bomb my way out this door, but Fallen's not going to let us. Stop shooting completely before we here. This could be interesting here. It wasn't. But we might have a nice reroll here. Okay. We have Maw of the Void. Got a crazy amount of tears. Oh my gosh. Hoping that one of these... It's a Chariot card, which we can take, but we still need to be careful here. I think it's honestly better if we take Empress because it gives us a movement speed upgrade. Then we'll come back for the Chaos card. We do have Blanket again, which is going to help us out. We have All the Void, which is also going to help us take care of Fallen anyway. This tears rate's nuts. I mean, when he fires 4 million times in a row, what are you supposed to do? Okay, you kind of freaked me out here, Stan. You can't be stomping on yourself when I'm expecting you to stomp on me. That's no bueno. Okay, so we can... I'm fine with these stats. We just have to... We need to get HP now. We're cutting it real close. It's HP, barely. Also HP, but barely. So we want to take the Mark first and then take Sinvicta Robes. It gives us Leviathan. We may not want to take Sinvicta Robe. Well, it gives us damage. I mean, it's a straight up free item, but I want to profit from Sinvicta Robes, which means we need to find 2 Eternal Hearts, or we go down to... Okay, well, that's fine too, I guess. What I was going to say is we go down to 1 heart and then take some Victor robes, so it heals us back to 3 hearts. But not planning on doing it in that room there, game. That was supposed to be our kind of backup ace in the hole type deal. And we do have sulfuric acid. I just now realized that. I don't think sulfuric acid can break through dark room doors, though. Do we have the 4.5 volt? Or no, that was jumper cables. I don't necessarily want to re-roll this at this point. We risk losing on we risk going down to 1 HP with no extra lives or anything, and we also risk screwing our damage over. Which at this point is the only defense we have, because our movement speed's pretty bad. Not super bad, but it's kind of bad. And at least we have Rotten Tomato to kind of help us as well. No door over there. Hazel's Rage being somewhat slightly useful more than usual. Notice how I stuck to the over that skull there. Now these D100 runs, these are the ones that are going to be interesting to see what happens on the Jasonator dunk scale. Because they're hard to rank, because it's like which run do you really ultimately grade, you know? My assumption is that Hinterlime's going to just take the one that's the most recent, or the one that we end on. I don't know what's happening here. Rotten Tomato, while it is helpful, it is a little scary, because you just don't know which target they're going after sometimes. Especially when you have a boss that just jumps in the air. And unless we get super ultra desperate, I don't think we need to re-roll. Unless we just lose a ton of HP in this room, which I don't think is going to happen. There we go. Okay, Azazel's Rage, you almost screwed me there. In fact, you kind of made it difficult for me to use this Chaos card now. I don't appreciate, but we are going to get the dub there. I think we're good on that. I will re-roll one time. I'm not going to do it in there because I don't want to fight Lamb again. I also accidentally came into a room that we've already not been in, but I'll do it anyway. I will re-roll one time just to see if we would have been taken care of or if we would have gotten screwed. But I'm going to go back to the start just to see what this also... Because this is what I would have done anyway. Like, assume that we're on 1 HP. Let's just see what we would have gotten. Yeah, that's not great. I don't know what the game's deal is with us and Montezuma's today, but the D100's feeling extra crappy, I guess. So anyway, that's going to do it, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. It's good to end the normal week, the work week here, on a dub that wasn't too bad, although it did get a little bit hairy. In Shoal, we managed to pull it back thanks to the D100, which we ended up keeping from the entire run for the moment we said go. And shout out to the D1 Hizzle, showing that it's not always bad, but it most of the time is bad, I would say. But it does help you, and it's way better than the D8. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Remember to post those questions of the episodes. As a quick reminder, again, I will be featuring, I'll be making a cameo and guest appearance on Geekenders hosted by Jesse and Dodger on the 21st of June. So definitely go check that out. I don't think we have a time yet, but once I have that and we get close to the date, I'll be sure to let you all know here on the Isaac series. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Have a great start to your weekend, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video. Like this pages of mine like Kotoryu, Zombie Fingers, and Adarishi Datenshi. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.